Hey, Scruffy. How you doing? So the weather, I think, was about the same today. It's supposed to warm up, but today seemed to be almost identical to yesterday. Okay, let's get the food on the table. And let's grab the glove. Okay. So the weather forecast shows it's supposed to heat up. Today was supposed to be warmer, but it really wasn't. But the next 2 days show, I think, it's like 10 degree increase in temperature during the day. So it's supposed to warm up quite a bit. Last night was actually colder than I think they predicted. So still above freezing temperatures, but it's kind of in a stone's throw. I don't think it's gonna be like that again, but it might be the last kind of cold night. I think it's gonna start warming up a little. But yeah, yesterday I finally put straw in Scruffy's shelter, hoping he might, find it warm and use the shelter. My understanding is cats somehow know to use straw because I guess it's dry and insulates heat well. So Scruffy has not really been inside the shelter. He's been on top of it more than he's been in it. So I thought maybe getting some straw in there might entice him to use it properly. And since it was cold last night, I thought, maybe he'd actually use it. Might be a last chance to see for a while, because it's going to warm up. I checked out before I went to sleep with the flashlight. He wasn't in there as far as I could tell. Or not even around. I don't know where he was. So, I don't think he used the shelter. And I looked at the straw today at lunch, and it looked. If he was in the shelter, I think there would have been a bigger mess because straw probably would have been kicked out, so he could fit and get in. And with Scruffy's fur, there'd probably be bits of straw stuck to his fur. I didn't see any of that, so I don't think Scruffy went in. So yeah, I'm a little disappointed. I'd like to see him use the shelter, but I don't know. I've been trying to get him to use a shelter for a couple years now. And doesn't want to use anything because I bought him that cat carrier, and I tried to make it a nice looking shelter, and he seems to hate that thing. There was even a day where I brought out a parabolic dish heater, and I pointed it inside the carrier to heat it up. It was a really cold night, and I thought maybe making the carrier nice and toasty would be enticing for him. And completely uninterested. In fact, I had the heater out, and I pointed, so I had it on one side of the deck here, and I was pointing it through or into the carrier, but there was, Scruffy would have to walk past it to get to me and the food. So he would feel the beam of heat as he walked by. And so he'd know what the heater was. And anyway, that night he basically decided he didn't like the heater, I think, and he was more interested sitting next to the heater, adjacent to it, away from the heat, than actually in front of it. so, so the heater didn't impress him, and it was a cold night. So thinking, yeah, Scruffy's fur coat's probably pretty good if he doesn't care for more heat on a cold night. Yeah, my nose is running more today. Not sure why. So I'm, technically sick, but I've been, I thought I was recovering pretty quickly. I thought I'd be past this phase by now. And I think, yeah, the runny nose is worse today. But I'm starting to wonder maybe if it's because allergies or something. Because, yeah, there's a lot of... It's like a very early spring day today. Sunlight. Actually, at lunch, yeah, a lot of birds are chirping. So I guess, yeah, we're starting to get towards spring. So I guess, yeah, maybe it's coming, so yeah, it could be allergies, I'm not sure. So I went for a bike ride today, and I was kind of fighting the runny nose the whole way. So I haven't been biking in a few days. I was kind of hoping the park had reopened. It's been closed because of all the damage caused by the rainstorms. So it's been multiple weeks now, if not longer. So they closed a while ago because we had storms for a couple weeks, but then they remained closed, I think, for at least 2 weeks already, maybe more, after the storms. I thought they'd be done by now, but they're still closed. So I'd optimistically gone to the main entrance today, kind of hoping they were open, but no, they still have the closed sign with the pictures of the damage. So I had to turn back and then go my alternate route. If I'd known it was closed, I would have just done my alternate route, so I wouldn't have to backtrack. It's been closed so long, I kind of, just was too optimistic they'd be open by now. Because, normally they don't close this long. Because, they've gone through a lot of other disasters, and they usually open faster than this. So, they usually close in the summer due to fire danger. But they usually reopen. And, there were fires a couple years ago. And I think they reached the park too. So, and they managed. I think they were closed for a while, but I think they reopened after a few weeks. I think we get Scruffy's food. He likes the chin rub there, I think. Oh, he's turning. Give him one more headbutt. Okay, let's get your food. So, yeah, I think I caught Scruffy sleeping this afternoon on the table after lunch. Yeah, he sprawled out near the sun oven, if I recall. So he looked really comfy. It was a nice day. So a little chillier than I thought it would be, but yeah, I guess during the day it was okay. I thought maybe he'd want to do more sunbathing, but I guess whatever. And then we did our lunch thing, and yeah, it didn't look like he had been in the shelter, though I think he was sleeping in front of the shelter when I came out for lunch. Hey, Scruffy. How you doing? I think the weather's supposed to be nice today. It's a little hazy. I see the sun's out. I can't tell if he used the shelter or not. I don't think he did. If he did, I expected more straw all over the place. Or stuck to your fur. So you ready for food? Your water? Yeah. Oops, almost dropped the kibble. So tonight's dinner is meaty pate, super supper, and kibble. No rotisserie chicken tonight. We'll see if he eats faster tonight. He ate really fast last night, I was surprised. Tonight the food's refrigerated, not room temperature, since it's not a fresh can. So I think that slows him down a little. So we'll see. So I don't think I saw any cats on the bike ride today. Oh, I saw a chicken across the road. Yeah, it's not a setup for a joke or anything. I usually don't see chickens. And, I guess yeah, it's kind of near. I was near the top of my climb, and there's like a little farm or something nearby. There's usually like a rooster crowing like crazy around there. And I didn't get a good glimpse, but far ahead on the road I was biking on, I swear I saw a chicken across it. I was going, I think, back towards the farm, so it had left earlier, I guess, and it's going back. And near the base of the, actually, yeah, actually further down, when it was the beginning of my trip. I was taking was right near the creek. Um, so I'm still checking the water levels. Looks like, yeah, it's a little lower, so slowly the water is blown away. Don't know what that means for our drought condition, but there's a so the creek. There's a road that parallels the creek for a while, and and then there's also kind of a side trail for both pedestrians and cyclists, and I guess horses also. And so I was on that section of the trail, so I didn't have to be on the road. And um, there was a small dog, a white dog, like right on the a little off the edge of the trail, and he looked really out of place there. So there's a whole bunch of houses um, on the edge of the trail, but it's all like backyard, so it's like all fenced off. So the front, the entrance of the house, you have to go into the neighborhoods, but you can see the perimeters of the houses and the backyard fences next to the trail. And so the dog was all alone, kind of in the middle of this particular segment of the trail. So he wasn't near any like house entrances because you have to go to the next street corner and turn and then go into the neighborhoods. So the dog seemed a little out of place. Closest person I saw around, there was kind of ad hoc. I don't know if it was a farmer, but somebody selling vegetables on a little ad hoc food stand. I'm not sure. I don't think it was their dog, but could have been. But yeah, they're the only people I saw. It was kind of nearby. The trail gets a lot of people walking through the day, so eventually somebody would come by, probably see the dog or get the dog. My guess is that probably the dog just snuck out through a crack in the fence or something and was just hanging out. Or maybe the dog is adventurous and likes to go around the corner. So when I came back, the dog was gone. I saw another person walking the dog. Looked actually very similar to that dog, but I think this one was not quite as white. And so I'm guessing, yes, somebody's probably found the dog if it was lost. My guess it wasn't even lost. Probably just, yeah, as I said, snuck through a crack in the fence or something. Hangs out. So we need to move the balls, but I think Scruffy did a pretty good job cleaning the bowl. There are smears of pate everywhere, but they're not large smears. So I went for a run yesterday. It's actually, once again, a pretty terrible run, but I didn't have a good excuse for yesterday. So I don't think I've run in a few days, so I had a good break. The break was too long. I actually didn't really feel like going out for a bike ride today. I really had to force myself. Once I hit the road, though, I felt okay. I don't think I saw any cats yesterday. I talked about a hole that some squirrels dug in the middle of a trail, and then somebody, I'm guessing probably a kid or something, filled it up with small rocks. Did a pretty good job sealing the hole. It's kind of a tripping hazard. The squirrels did a real job. I mean, they've really torn up that park. At least a certain section of it. But yeah, some of the rocks have been kicked out of the hole, so it's not level with the trail anymore. So it's a tripping hazard again. And then maybe next time I go out, I should start filling it up with more rocks myself. Bring a shovel and really fill it up. Okay, folks. Thanks for watching. See you next time.